a message that states his actions will not be tolerated. All right, real fast. I love the fact they are actually responding to the CM Punk stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually have stayed away from it. So that tells me one of two things, and we'll talk about it in the last segment. He's going to either be back sooner than you think, or they really are suing him and all this. But
yeah, let's
we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
later.
we'll get into that later.
But I love the way they opened the show.
Yeah, no, the way they opened the show was pretty cool. I mean, it was a better talking segment than they normally do. It wasn't as, I mean, like I'm going to tell you, James, I'm getting tired of these talking segments of 15 minutes of just straight talking. I'm getting tired of it.
If you make it entertaining, I don't mind it.
No, if you make it entertaining, but how many times is it entertaining?
To me, this week was more entertaining than usual.
Okay,
because Paul Heyman comes out. You got Stephanie and Triple H. They're golden on the mic. Okay.
Yeah, and Paul Heyman is
these other storylines, and this Raw wasn't as good as it should have been. There were some bad parts on this Raw that we're going to talk about.
Oh, we will.
But then we have Paul Heyman come out, like I said. He talks about Brock Lesnar and how Seth Rollins screwed him over. He was mad. Lesnar's mad at Rollins for interfering in their match at, the pay-per-view Night of Champions.
Yeah.
So then Seth Rollins comes out, of course, and another Punk champ breaks out.
Yeah.
Rollins apologizes to Heyman. He says he is sorry for attempting to cash in on Lesnar. He accepts his apology, but Heyman says if you do it again, he will have to deal with Lesnar himself.
Oh, yeah.
I hate they kind of shied away from it again, but it's okay with Lesnar and Rollins.
Yeah.
I still think he should have cashed in and won the belt.
He should have, but he never did.
Because no one would, everybody been like, huh? Did that just happen?
Yeah.
But, now we have dull moments, which is going to lead to a great pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Then we have Ambrose is backstage and says, if you want the briefcase, come get it. So the Authority leaves the ring and is walking up the stage. Cena attacks Rollins.
I love that they don't try to stop Cena. I don't get it. Like, they're not worried so much about Cena as they are about Ambrose, which, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I feel like Cena's just being on the back burner, which is fine. But then why have him in a storyline,
Right.
Why are you keeping Cena in a storyline if you don't really want to use him? Because I feel like they don't want to use Cena right now. But Cena's not going to, take the week off or something. Like, I don't know. I think Cena just needs to go away for a while, I guess.
Backstage, we have a break, and then backstage we had the Authority with Rollins was backstage. By the way, so they tell him to come get him, but they go back to their office to talk, and okay, whatever.
I know. Wow.
But anyway, they go backstage, and Triple H tells Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury
hey,
to go get the briefcase back. Hold on a second. I love the fact that Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury, if you don't know who they are, they're the new stooges of this generation.
And it's awesome.
Which is fine with me. And I'll tell you why. The best line of the night will be coming up later.
Oh, yeah.
But he tells them to go get the briefcase back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we know what's going to happen.
And I love Jamie Noble. Jamie Noble's like, "Hey, boss, can we use those sledgehammers?" And
yeah,
like,
let me have a sledgehammer.
Yeah,
really, let me have a sledgehammer. Let me have a sledgehammer, Michael.
All right, let me tell you one thing, Jamie Noble. You are never allowed to have a sledgehammer. I don't think you can hold a sledgehammer. Yeah, I really don't.
Even Nadia didn't let him have a sledgehammer.
Well, she didn't let him have a lot more than that.
Yeah. But next we had Cesaro versus Ziggler versus Miz for the Intercontinental Championship.
I'm liking that they're putting the Intercontinental Championship on the line at Raws. We're actually seeing, we didn't really see a title change every week.
But at least you're seeing it.
But we're seeing, we don't have to wait. Because remember, again, we're not going to see Raw like we did in the 1990s where titles changed on Raw. We're not going to see that.
Here's one good thing. You're not seeing, without the world title in the picture right now, you're seeing the other titles. You know, you're seeing the IC belt, you're seeing the US belt.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the
agree with you.
tag belt lately. Well, we've had, but it's different. But at least
Yeah.
you do see the 2 minor belts,
Yeah.
which is great. But anyway, we have in the ring. Before I tell you who wins, do you love the Miz and Sandow faking the injury at the same time? It was great outside the ring.
Oh, that was hilarious.
If you
That
go to our
was.
website, WrestlingAttitude.com, or actually our Facebook page, Wrestling Attitude, you can check the picture out. It's great. He's doing great as a stunt double. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Ziggler wins after Cesaro knocks out the Miz, and then Ziggler super kicks Cesaro, and they win.
So you think do you think Cesaro and it'll be Cesaro and Ziggler? Or do you think it'll be Cesaro, Ziggler, and Miz? Because I really don't want to see a triple threat.
Why not? Why not? What
I
else
don't
you
like
wanna
triple
see?
threats, man.
We,
I don't like triple
really?
threats for the title.
Really?
I don't.
I love triple threats. Well, I mean, I really see a triple threat than a one-on-one matchup like we've seen for the past 2 years.
Because I think Cesaro and Ziggler is going to be amazing together. Because those two are just athletic in the ring. But when you throw Miz in it, Miz isn't athletic to me. He's just not.
No, he's more of a tech. I ain't gonna say he's. I
Don't
was
you
getting ready to
ever
he's
say
technician.
technical.
Was I getting ready to say technician? I
yeah.
was actually. He's got better. He's better on the mic. Okay, let me say this. You put the 3 of them on mics. Which one's better on the mic? I hate to tell you, it's the Miz. All right.
The Miz is only
Ziggler's
good.
not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just, why do you think he's always had a manager usually?
No, it's because he can't shut his mouth at the right time.
Well, no, he doesn't sound like he's sure of what he's saying too.
But it's also because he doesn't know how to shut
No,
his mouth.
I know, but it also is the main reason I think is because he doesn't feel as comfortable on the mic without somebody with him.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
just
give you
saying.
that. I'll
I'm
give
just
you
saying.
that. Okay.
He doesn't cut Bo Dallas promos, but who does?
Well, who likes to cut promos like this with a?
You see, but at least you can feel it when he says it.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway.
McDonald's golden arch eyebrows and
Yeah, but anyway, we had. Wow, you're horrible.
what he does.
But anyway, after that, we had Jamie Noble. He walks up to Great Khali, and if he's seen Ambrose, Khali says, "Who's Ambrose?"
Who's Ambrose?
Well, I'm glad you did that. I didn't do it. But yeah, that was pretty funny. But he walks by the Rosebuds and everybody else. Next up, we had a Wyatt family video package.
I'm liking this.
I tried to understand this. So, all right, the point of this promo is basically Bray Wyatt is setting free Luke Harper to do his own thing.
Yeah. Well, it means because Luke Harper, remember this. Luke Harper is getting good on the mic, in my opinion. He's getting.
I ain't seen him.
No, when they tried to make them the tag team champions, that never happened. But when they had Luke Harper actually kind of talk, and Luke Harper is a little bit better than Eric Rowan, in my opinion. He's a big guy, and he can actually talk on the mic. He can. I feel he's developing well, so they want to see what he can do as a solo. I think that's what they're going to do. And we'll talk about what we think's going to happen later, but
In our new rumors segment.
rumors.
But yeah, I know what you're saying, dude. They never. Okay, well, let's talk about it for a brief second. We'll cover it later. But they did the Shield breakup. They did the Shield perfect together. The Wyatt family, I don't feel they capitalized on the Wyatt family the way they should have.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can talk about it more later. I'm just saying, and I understand him breaking out. I don't think it's the right time. Okay?
No.
Because they're still looking for, you need tag teams in this division. You don't have enough tag teams. Then what are you going to do with him? You going to push him for a title? You going to push him for IC belt? You going to push him for a tag? I mean, you going to push him for US belt? You going to push him as a heavyweight champion?
I
No.
don't know.
What are you going to do with him? So why you separate them?
Well, I'd rather see him and Bray Wyatt as a tag team other than Eric Rowan and
Okay, well that's
like
fine.
really, I mean, get rid of Eric Rowan. I hate to say that, but Eric Rowan is not.
What? No,
I'm
you
not
don't
a
have
big
to
fan
get.
of him,
You
man.
don't have to get rid of him, but just have him stay outside the ring with the mask on. Have
Yeah.
him be the man.
He
have
could be
him
your bodyguard.
bodyguard.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it more.
Yeah.
Next backstage, we had the Authority with Mercury and Noble again. I swear, the two make excuses as to why they haven't found Ambrose yet.
They're getting more FaceTime than anybody.
Hey, Stephanie, let me finish. Stephanie notices mustard on one of their faces, Jamie Noble, and asks if they stop for a hot dog or something. She says if they don't find him, they're fired. They leave to go look for him. Backstage, we have the Authority with Miz and Mizdow. They come in complaining, they bicker and moan, and Triple H says Sandow makes him laugh like he always does. He tells him he has a match with Sheamus later tonight. He then talks about Miz and says he better never come barking orders at him again, and they go commercial.
And then Miz leaves.
Yeah, Miz leaves. I don't know. The Miz character, Mizdow is getting more popular than the Miz.
They need to just turn him. Turn Mizdow. Make Mizdow a
But what are
face.
you going to do with him? What are you going to do with him?
Have a good feud.
With who? The Miz?
I think Miz and Sandow could have a good feud. If you bring Sandow back, Damian Sandow, not this Mizdow crap. I want to see Damian Sandow come back, and you're not going to see it. I want to see
Probably
it.
not. But next we had commercial break. This was the bathroom break of the night. You had Layla versus Rosa Mendez.
Next.
And I guess now you have Lay Some, because Lay Summer, right? Get it? And you got Rosa Mendez.
I need to get a sound effect of crickets.
Yeah, I know. We need to put crickets
chirp,
up there.
chirp, chirp, chirp.
But, Rosa Mendez comes out. She's also with Tyson Kidd and Natalia.
Oh, that was awful.
This is absolutely horrible storyline. They got Tyson Kidd. During the match, he's on his iPod. He puts his headphones on. Beats by Dre. Dre by Beats, whatever.
Yeah.
Beats by Ray, whatever.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, he's sitting there at ringside. He's on his headset, listening to music. Natalia comes over, takes the iPod away from him, makes him pay it. It's just horrible. Anyway, Layla wins the match. It's just horrible. This whole thing.
Yeah.
Man, they got to do something else. But
hopefully they will.
And the only reason they're doing it is because there is a storyline. I think it's a storyline. We'll have to find out. Natalia and Tyson Kidd are having problems with their marriage. So they're playing out on TV. I never like it when they do this because usually it's true.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
But yeah, then we had, I know you love this, so.
What?
The Tyson Kidd thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Tyson Kidd thing, it's just like I like Tyson Kidd. I actually kind of like him as a wrestler. He's not bad, but he's just, I don't know. He's not making it.
By the way, Tyson Kidd lost to Adrian Neville on NXT last night. And he does not get any more NXT Championship title bouts, which is fine with me.
Well, hopefully things will get better. And I'm playing this song because I really want to see this guy
He'll
come
be back. He should be back in November.
And hopefully, Wade Barrett, we miss you, man. But
I got some bad news.
we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back with our next half of Wrestling with Attitude. You're listening to us on Spreaker and Stitcher
and iTunes.
And
Or you can visit our website at WrestlingAttitude.com.
Stay tuned.